What if the wisdom you need most in life is 2,500 years old, and you've been ignoring it? From missed chances to silent regrets, ancient Chinese philosophers like Confucius, Laozi, and Sun Tzu warned us long ago. In this video, we'll uncover the timeless truths men often realize only too late. If you're ready to reflect, grow, and perhaps even course correct, don't scroll away. Hit subscribe, leave a comment, like this video, and share it with a friend who needs this. Let's dive into the life lessons. Lesson 1. Know thy place before you move forward. Many men spend their lives chasing goals, hustling through the years, believing that if they just work harder, everything will make sense. But often, as they get older, they realize something unsettling: they were running, but they didn't know where they were going. Confucius, the great Chinese philosopher, warned us long ago, when a man does not understand himself, he misplaces every step he takes. Confucius taught that before striving outward, we must first turn inward. He called it self-examination. Each day, a man should ask, have I been honest? Have I treated others with respect? Am I acting out of principle, or just reacting out of fear? These questions form a compass, guiding us toward lives of substance, not illusion. Too many men learn this too late. They chase promotions and pleasures but forget to pause and ask, what kind of man am I becoming? They lose themselves in the noise of the world, only to find emptiness and success. Confucius believed that true wisdom begins not with achievement, but with alignment, knowing who you are and living according to your deepest values. It's not about perfection, it's about sincerity. When a man lives with sincerity, even a quiet life can become profound. He no longer needs approval or applause. He finds peace in knowing that his actions reflect his heart. So if you feel lost, don't rush ahead, slow down. Reflect. Know yourself before you act. Because when your steps match your soul, every path becomes the right one. Lesson 2. He who knows he has enough is truly rich. Most men spend their lives chasing more. More money, more respect, more power. It feels like a noble pursuit, until the years pass and they realize something unsettling. No matter how much they achieve, satisfaction remains just out of reach. Laozi, the ancient Chinese sage and author of the Tao Te Ching, saw this clearly over 2,500 years ago. He wrote, "He who knows he has enough is truly rich." Laozi's wisdom runs against modern ideas of success. In his view, the constant craving for more is a sickness of the mind, a trap that robs men of peace. It's not ambition that destroys happiness, but the inability to stop and appreciate what's already present. Many men only discover this truth too late. They finally earn the title, the house, the car, but the joy is fleeting. The heart still wants more, and with every more, life becomes heavier. Laozi teaches that true wealth is the ability to say, I am content. Not because you've given up, but because you've woken up. Look around your life. The people who love you, the food you eat, the strength still in your legs, these are treasures. But men often don't see them until they're gone. Laozi urges us to slow down, observe, and be grateful. Not in a forced way, but in a natural, quiet kind of joy that comes when we stop comparing and start appreciating. Let this be the lesson: peace isn't found in the next achievement. It's found in the moment when you stop running and realize, you already have enough. The real richness was never out there. It was in your ability to be still. Lesson 3. Flow like water, not steel. Many men believe strength means being unyielding, standing firm no matter what life throws their way. But Zhuangzi, the ancient Taoist philosopher, taught a different kind of strength, the power of flexibility. Flow like water, not steel, he said. Water doesn't resist obstacles, it flows around them, shaping its path with grace and ease. This lesson is something men often learn far too late, after years of stubbornly fighting situations that could be eased by acceptance and adaptability. In youth, standing firm feels like courage. But as the years pass, life reveals itself to be less about breaking down walls and more about moving through doors that open. Zhuangzi's wisdom reminds us that true resilience is softness. Water may seem gentle, but it's powerful enough to carve mountains. When men learn to bend instead of break, they navigate aging, relationships, and setbacks with less pain and more peace. Rigid expectations, unshaken pride, and harsh self-judgment are like steel, strong but brittle. They can snap under pressure. Water, on the other hand, teaches patience, humility, and persistence. It adapts to new seasons, changing course without losing its essence. Imagine life as a river, sometimes rushing, sometimes calm. Trying to control it like steel only causes cracks and stress. But flowing with it, embracing its changes, brings harmony. As you grow older, remember, it's not about standing unmovable against the world. It's about moving with life's currents and still remaining true to yourself. When you flow like water, you find strength and flexibility, and the freedom to enjoy life's journey, no matter what shape it takes. Lesson 4. Filial piety is the root of virtue. One of the most powerful lessons Confucius shared was about the importance of filial piety, a deep respect and care for one's parents and elders. In his time, this wasn't just a cultural norm but the foundation of a well-ordered, harmonious life. Today, many men only realize the true weight of this lesson when it's too late. Throughout life, men are often caught up in work, ambitions, or their own struggles. It's easy to take family for granted, thinking there will always be more time. Yet Confucius believed that honoring parents and elders is not just about duty but the root of all virtue. It shapes character, nurtures humility, and builds a sense of gratitude that flows into every relationship. Many men regret the moments missed, calls not made, visits delayed, words left unsaid. They realize that respect isn't just about grand gestures but consistent presence and kindness. It's in the small daily actions, listening, helping, remembering. Filial piety creates a bridge between generations, reminding men that life is a cycle of care and respect. It teaches patience when parents age, compassion when they become vulnerable, and gratitude for the sacrifices made. By embracing this lesson earlier, men can build a legacy of love and honor that carries beyond their own lifetime. It's not just about family, it's about becoming a man of integrity. So, if there's someone you've been putting off honoring or connecting with, remember Confucius' words. Respect is the soil where virtue grows. Water it daily, and you'll find your own life blooming with deeper meaning. Lesson 5. Let go to hold on. Many men believe that control is the key to strength. Controlling situations, controlling people, controlling their own emotions. They think this is what makes them powerful. Laozi, the ancient sage behind the Tao Te Ching, taught us something quite different. By letting go, one can hold on. At first, this sounds like a paradox. How can releasing control actually bring more power? But Laozi saw that clinging tightly to things, whether it's a job, a relationship, or an image of ourselves, only leads to stress, frustration, and eventually loss. Life is always changing, and the more we resist, the more we suffer. Men often learn this lesson late, after losing something they tried desperately to keep. The harder they grip, the more it slips through their fingers. Laozi invites us to loosen our grip, to trust the natural flow of life. When we stop fighting the currents, we actually gain stability and peace. Letting go doesn't mean giving up or being weak. It means having the wisdom to recognize what's beyond our control and the courage to accept it. It means focusing energy where it matters, instead of wasting it on futile battles. Imagine a man holding a rope tied to a wild horse. The tighter he pulls, the more the horse resists and pulls away. But if he relaxes and lets the horse move, the horse stays near, calm and trusting. This lesson is especially vital as we age. Letting go of past regrets, lost opportunities, and unrealistic expectations allows us to hold on to what truly matters: peace, love, and a clear mind. So, embrace Laozi's wisdom. Surrender is not defeat, but a way to hold on to life's deepest gifts. Lesson 6. A gentleman cultivates himself first. Many men believe that to be strong, they must first fix others, help family, lead communities, or change the world. While noble, Mencius, one of ancient China's greatest philosophers, reminds us that true leadership begins with the self. A gentleman cultivates himself first, he said. This lesson often hits men later in life. They've spent decades trying to be the provider, the fixer, the rock, yet inside they feel worn, lost, or disconnected. Mencius teaches that before helping others, a man must tend to his own character, his values, habits, and mind. Self-cultivation isn't selfish. It's the foundation of every meaningful relationship and effective action. Without it, efforts can be misguided, harsh, or empty. But when a man knows himself deeply, develops patience, kindness, and wisdom, he naturally uplifts those around him. This process isn't quick or easy. It requires honesty, recognizing flaws without judgment, and persistence, daily choices to grow despite setbacks. It means learning when to speak and when to listen, when to act and when to wait. Older men who embrace this truth often find a new kind of strength, not the loud, visible power of youth, but a calm, steady force that commands respect through integrity. Mencius believed that a well-cultivated man inspires others simply by being. His presence encourages harmony, trust, and love. So, if you've been focusing outward, pause and ask, what am I cultivating in myself? The greatest legacy you leave isn't in what you do for others but in who you become along the way. Lesson 7. Happiness is found in the ordinary. Many men spend a lifetime chasing excitement, big adventures, career milestones, or the thrill of success. But the Taoist philosopher Zhuangzi invites us to see happiness differently. He believed that true joy is found not in the extraordinary, but in the ordinary moments we often overlook. For younger men, life's pace can feel like a race, pushing toward the next goal. But as years pass, many realize that the greatest contentment comes from appreciating simple, everyday experiences, quiet mornings, a warm meal, or laughter with loved ones. Zhuangzi lived during turbulent times, yet he found peace sitting beneath trees, watching clouds drift by. His wisdom shows us that chasing constant excitement is like grasping at shadows. The real gift is learning to be present with what is, accepting life's natural flow. This lesson can be revolutionary for men who have equated their worth with achievement. Zhuangzi reminds us that worth and happiness aren't earned, they're discovered within. The small things, walking barefoot in grass, sharing a story, feeling the sun on your face, carry more power than a lifetime of accolades. By embracing the ordinary, men open themselves to gratitude and calm. This doesn't mean giving up on dreams, but balancing ambition with mindful presence. So, slow down. Find joy in the routine. Notice the world around you with fresh eyes. You might discover that the secret to happiness was there all along, in the ordinary moments you took for granted. Lesson 8. A man of virtue speaks with his actions. Words are easy. Actions are harder. Confucius, the great master of ethics, taught that a man's true character is shown not by what he says, but by what he does. Many men learn this lesson late, after realizing that promises and speeches mean little if they aren't backed by deeds. In youth, it's tempting to talk about what you will achieve, the plans you have, or the changes you'll make. But as life unfolds, older men understand that respect and trust are earned silently through consistent behavior. Confucius believed that virtue, qualities like honesty, kindness, courage, and humility, is lived daily. It's in the small, often unseen moments, helping a neighbor, keeping a promise to a friend, or simply showing patience in difficult times. These actions ripple outward, shaping a man's legacy. Too often, men focus on reputation, forgetting that reputation is just a shadow of real character. What matters is how you treat others when no one is watching, and whether your actions align with your deepest values. This lesson encourages men to lead by example, inspiring others not through words but through integrity. It also offers comfort, that even if you feel you've missed chances to impress with words, you can always build honor through sincere action. If there's one truth to carry, it's this: your life's impact is written in your daily choices, not your speeches. Make those choices count. Lesson 9. True strength lies in yielding. In a world that often praises toughness and unbreakable will, Laozi's wisdom might feel counterintuitive. True strength lies in yielding. For many men, especially as they age, admitting weakness or bending to circumstances can feel like failure. Yet Laozi teaches that flexibility and softness often carry more power than sheer force. Think about the great trees in a storm. They survive because they bend with the wind, not because they resist it. This lesson applies to life's challenges, relationships, and even health. Men who learn to yield when appropriate find greater resilience and inner peace. Yielding doesn't mean giving up your values or goals. Instead, it means understanding when to let go of rigid control and flow with life's rhythms. It means choosing battles wisely and conserving energy for what truly matters. Many men learn this lesson too late, after exhaustion, broken relationships, or health struggles remind them that strength isn't about pushing harder but knowing when to soften. Laozi's message encourages a shift from force to flow, from resistance to acceptance. This shift brings freedom. When a man stops fighting life's currents, he often finds that those currents carry him forward more gently than he imagined. So, embrace yielding as strength. It's a quiet power that keeps you standing tall, even when the storms come. Finally, thank you for exploring these ancient Chinese life lessons with me. These timeless teachings offer powerful guidance for every man, no matter your age, to live with more peace, strength, and meaning. Now, I encourage you to reflect on which lesson spoke to you most. How can you bring that wisdom into your daily life starting today? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. I'd love to hear your story. And if you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to join our community. Let's continue growing together, one lesson at a time.